I was having a conversation with a friend, and he was telling me a story about how he was at a philosophy event similar to this, and it was on a break, and he was standing out front of the hotel with another chiropractor, and they were having a conversation, and they were both smoking cigarettes. And this other chiropractor said to my friend that he doesn't have a cancer cell in his body because he gets adjusted. Doesn't matter that BJ Palmer tells us that subluxations come from the 3 T's, thoughts, traumas, toxins. So every time he's putting that cigarette in his mouth, he's subluxating himself. He proudly told my friend, the chiropractic student, that he didn't have one cancer cell in his body. So my friend was telling me that that conversation self-justified within himself, continued smoking and poor health decisions for a couple more years until he was at another philosophy event, and he heard Dr. Chuck Ribley get up, and he said, "You can't feed your body nothing but McDonald's and expect a need to just kick in and take care of the rest." Pretty simple, pretty basic, that makes sense to most of us here. But my friend who was sitting in the audience, a light bulb went on in him, and something changed within him that just resonated, it made sense to him. And from that day forth, he quit smoking, he lost over 100 pounds, and he recently ran a half marathon. Yeah, it's cool. So that one seemingly obvious sentence completely changed the life of this individual. And by extension, thousands of individuals who are to be his future patients. Because do you think that he's going to be the same doctor as an overweight smoker as he's going to be now? I certainly don't. It reminded me a lot of the quote from BJ Palmer that we all know. You never know how far-reaching something you may think, say, or do today may affect countless millions in tomorrow. So affecting millions. That's what we all want to do. That's why we're here. That's why we drag ourselves to these seminars, to get excited with each other so that we can go back to our practices and affect millions. We want to affect people's lives. We want them to understand that if there's an interference in the flow of life from the brain to the tissue cell, called a subluxation, that there's going to be dysfunction there, and that that person isn't going to be able to express 100% of their life. So simple, but it's so powerful. And we as speakers and as communicators have that power to change someone's life, to change thousands of people's lives. And this is something that I've known and struggled with for a while. I really wanted to become a great communicator. I wanted people to understand chiropractic and to love it as much as I love it. As Dr. Sharon said, I'm a second-generation chiropractor. I have been being adjusted since day one. I've never vaccinated, never taken antibiotics. I lived the life. It's all I've ever known. So it was really hard for me to see a person pop a Tylenol for a fever, or someone to have a baby that's born with torticollis and their doctor tells them not to worry about it, the baby's going to grow out of it. So that child lives the first couple months of their life stuck in this position. It was really difficult for me not to just ask them, "Are you crazy? Go get adjusted." It's that simple. And as I learned, people don't really respond very well to being asked if they're crazy. They need to be eased more into this lifestyle, this new mentality, this new way of thinking about and taking care of their bodies. The first time I got up to speak in front of people about chiropractic was only a couple months ago, and it was at Dr. Sharon's office at one of the So You Think You Can Ticks. And it was the same day I had just taken parts 2, 3 NPT, National Boards. We drove straight from school to her office. My brain felt like it had just gone through a blender. And I was really nervous, my hands were sweating, my heart was pounding, and I got up on the little stage, and I had no idea what came out of my mouth. I had no idea what I said. And it sounded in my head like it was just jumbled up. But I got down, and some people came up to me and said that they really enjoyed it, so I know that whatever it was that came out of my mouth resonated with someone. And I thought that was really cool. And so I kept working at it, and I've been reading, I've been watching videos of all these incredible speakers that we see all the time, and some that have passed. I also am so fortunate, we've all seen the incredible students that come out of life and are there right now. And we have the most amazing group of girls in our class. There's 7 of us. Woo! And we decided, like last year, in the spring, that it'd be really cool. One of us just thought of it one day, and then we were all just like, yeah, that we should get anchor tattoos. And just for BJ Palmer, who can anchor to an unanchored mind, so that we know that we're anchored in the principle forever. Michael, can you put our picture up? We took a picture. This is only 4 of the 7 of us in our photo. But this support system, all we do is talk about chiropractic. That's all we do. We love it, we live it, we breathe it, that's it. So I've really been working on just communicating chiropractic because I want to affect the millions, as everyone here, I'm sure does. So my question is, what are you doing in your offices to affect the millions? Someone earlier asked us who does lay lectures in their office, and 15, 20% raised their hands, and that's not enough. We need to get out there, we need to talk to our patients, but more importantly, we need to get out in our community and talk to people who may not want to hear what we have to say, because people's lives are at stake. And it's life-changing, this chiropractic thing. So many people have said, why didn't anyone tell me sooner? I wish I knew this in my childhood, rather than, like Brandy was saying yesterday, when she was in her early 20s, and that's when she really got her life back. An incredible story. So, my challenge for you, if you're afraid to get up on stage, if you're nervous about, someone rejecting your ideas, they're not rejecting you, they're rejecting ideas that they may not be ready for at that time. So get over it and just get out there, because we need to take the message to the masses. And I know that together, we can get this story of chiropractic out to as many people as we can, reach that 18%, the tipping point, and then we'll just keep on going. And just imagine what an incredibly different world we'll be living in when we do. Thank you.
Yeah.